being moan, catch a tone, roll on through. Bones and me, set this free. Now they won't move.
All right, this is Dr. Bones and Forgotten Bee for the Bones and Bee Banter Hour. We missed the other week, but it's okay. We're here to make it up and have some fun. So, Bee, what's going on?
Well, Brian, what I thought would be good to talk about.
And that's all the time we have. But...
what I thought would be good to talk about tonight is promotion, and I've got some bits and pieces to kind of discuss, kind of throw at you and have your thoughts on it, really, because there's so many different ways of going at promotion, isn't there? And who's right, who's wrong, but what's most effective, I don't know.
No, very true. And just before we get to that, we're going to get to this first.
The poem I'm recording today is called Edifico, and it's Latin for building. It's relating to relationships and the building blocks or foundations that we put in place before the relationship starts to grow, and all the feelings that encompass that. Here it goes. How often my mind wanders back, rewinding over precious memories, a framework we build upon, and you. Emotions drive through me. Focusing becomes too difficult to pursue. Each level of my being is touched. How did this happen? Words written and spoken without even a visual image viewed. Yet the arrow has struck deep, reaching an inner core, no intention of release, more avenues to explore. So lay back on the blanket, recline on the ground. Light breeze encircles us, entwined. Let's enjoy the complete togetherness you and I have found.
Well then, that had definitely covered some heavy ups and heavy downs, that's for sure.
I suppose with the poetry side of things, talking about promotion, I suppose I've used our show as a way of promoting my poetry, and what that led on to was me doing the spoken word. So now I'm going to promote the fact that I'm on SoundCloud. This is my poetry there. But it kind of fascinates me, because how do you promote things like that? We know with Twitter, talking about social media, that once you've sent a tweet, it only gets seen when it gets seen. So by sending 20 throughout the day, you're not sort of hassling people, because it's all at different times of the day. Whereas obviously with Facebook, it's a different kind of case, because it tends to stay on your page, doesn't it? So if people click on you or whatever, it's always there, isn't it? Unless you're writing, sort of messages all day long about how you're having a cup of tea or whatever, which is what I hate about Facebook, but hey. But what I was going to say to you actually is, what about the old-fashioned style of promotion, where it used to be sort of posters and leaflets? And the reason I kind of mentioned that was because Under a Banner, who we're going to play sort of first today, they basically sent a tweet out, and it said, "Who lives in the Bath area? Southwest," okay? I don't know if you saw it. And I immediately kind of picked up on it, because for me, it's my local area. And what I kind of approached them and said yes. And they DM'd me and asked me if I'd be willing to drop a load of leaflets out, not stand in the streets, but, just drop them off at different places in Bath.
Right.
And in exchange for free tickets and a load of freebies. What do you think to that?
That's a good way of doing things, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
but it's very kind of old school way of doing it. But I did feel it was kind of effective, because obviously I was gaining as a fan or whatever from it, but also doing a little bit of promotion for them, because obviously they're from Wolverhampton, so they're not in Bath. So you can sort of do you feel that's an effective way? Do you think people bother to pick leaflets up, or?
Yeah. I mean, as long as he's kind of, if you don't just go in and kind of drop it up and don't say anything, then chances are people are not really going to know they're there. But if you say something, and then people do pick them up and people do read them, because people still do hand them out in the streets and like cards and that sort of thing. So it is pretty effective, because even if you say no, 9 times out of 10, when you're walking, you're going to glance over and see that person handing out that sheet and kind of glance to see what the sheet says anyways.
Yeah,
so what
that is a really, really good point. I mean, it was interesting, because I approached the tourist office in Bath, and they've obviously got their rules, and how they go about things, and they refused to have the leaflet, and she was quite rude, actually. It was almost like, well, we don't sell tickets for that, we're not interested.
Right.
And I went into HMV, and the guy said, have you got a poster? We'll put it up. And I said, well, I don't have a poster, but I do have these. But I thought, wow, and that's HMV, and that's like pretty groovy, isn't it? Because that's the music shop, people are going there. So, and they sell tickets there, but they didn't get sort of funny about it. So, I don't know, that sort of surprised me, but it's fascinating for me anyway, from the point of view of promotion, to see what is and isn't effective. And what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, posters are a good idea too. I like seeing those. There's nothing like going to a show and then seeing the poster on the wall, like in the bar, or there's a picture of it in the paper, that sort of thing. I mean, that's part of the fun for the bands as well, and it works, because a lot of times less and less people are reading it on paper these days, at least the physical newspaper. They're reading it online, obviously. But with big pictures and posters is a good way to kind of grab people's attention. Like I said, even if you don't grab a flyer from someone, you may not see the entire thing, but you can get the gist of it, because most people, yes, are looking straight ahead, but you're also constantly kind of scanning left or right, so kind of seeing the quote unquote big picture, right? And you see a person handing them out, you may not see the full thing, but you'll kind of get a glance of it, because there'll be chances are be someone walking in front of you who might grab one. So chances are you're going to see a majority of the posters, so you can almost decide before you even get to the guy whether you want one or not.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah.
But
okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, no, go on.
I was going to say word of mouth is a great one too. That's one of the it's old school, but it still applies today. Like, word of mouth is one of the biggest ways to get promotion stuff.
I was going to say, on that note, if we play Under a Banner, because that kind of links in with the other group we're going to play, so that'd be very cool.
No. All right, so we're going to get to Under a Banner, and this one's called Close to the Clouds. Dig this.
green world's better than whatever they are selling you. Look through your window, not your TV. Earth is awakened, so we should be climbing close to the clouds, through the vapor away from the houses. Climbing close to the clouds, through the mist and away from the madness. Reaching into the lights, out of yourself and away from all of them. Come now, I need you to see the horizon is wide like the floor you've been pacing. Look through your soul, not another screen, never too late, and so we
all right. That was Under a Banner, Close to the Clouds. I really like that tune. Really like the vocals. Kind of had a. I'm trying to think of the word for it.
Levelers?
Yeah, kind of a darker sound to it, like really kind of really powerful. I mean, I'm trying to think of a better description because that's kind of being a little vague. But
I think their lyrics, they're very much driven by their lyrics. I know the actual band was formed out of the loathing of the celebrity culture of music and the way it's going. So you can sort of, I totally agree with you. You can really feel how they're impassioned about what they're talking about and making a point, sort of against that. I mean, it was really cool the other day because Adam, the lead singer, I was writing my usual kind of micro poetry, and he wanted to kind of have like a poetry burn. It was fantastic. It was. I mean, I'm going to put it on my blog, but it was so different as well because obviously it's live, isn't it? And you're doing it, but it was just really cool, and so I got the feeling about how passionate they are about the writing and everything. So yeah, but I just think I can imagine. I mean, I'm going to see them on Saturday because they're part of the Bath Fringe Festival,
right?
And I've heard that they do really amazing sets, where it's really kind of lively. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be very cool.
Well, yeah, they sound energetic. I like to say today can't just quite figure out what I want to say directly without giving like a kind of generic kind of vague words saying, well, it was powerful.
Yeah.
Yes, but how? I mean, like they had good hard driving guitars. There we go. There's the point
Yeah,
I want to make.
No, it is, and it is very strong and powerful. You're right. It is really sort of cool. So, I mean, getting back to what you were saying about word of mouth.